Alright guys, again, this is Sheikh again, your programmer. I love what I do. So the more you program, the more you're gonna dream in code. And then after a while, then even if you have a math problem or any kind of task that is like repetitive, anything that is repetitive that you know there's a sequence, you can write it as a program and save time. So if you do some math, if you have some math homework, math project, physics project, you can use C++ to do it. Before, as I was saying, okay, today we're gonna do some type checking because we learn as we go on and as I speak to you. So let's say you want to enter a number and maybe the user is stupid, or maybe you write for a bank and the person can input anything and you want to make sure that you have the right input. For that, you're gonna write a function. So in this case, let's say we call the variable string number, right? And then we see in correct way number, we get the number, and then let's define a function here. It's gonna return true or false. So it's gonna be a bool um, check number. Check number is the name of the function, and then the string value. So again, bool is the type. I will show you most. These are most of the types that you will see. Basic type: bool, int, string, short. Short is also an int. Long is also an integer, and so on. These are and then char, and then char array. These are one of the most current one you will see. So bool is the return is either true or false. That's it. So we're gonna check the value. So we do something like this: int I equals 0, I less than value, that length plus I. I'm gonna explain this. So this is a for loop. For loop, the loop keeps going, so on, so on, and so on. So, but the purpose here is simply to make a type check of the value that we're entering to make sure that all of it is numbers. So if you want to check it, you have to check each number to make sure. So we say if value I equal 0 or value I equal 1 or value I equal. There are easier ways. I can show that later on, but this is the simplest way as for a beginner to check a value. Um, but there are many other ways to do it. But this is okay. I'm going to leave the rest as an exercise. I'm just going to stop at uh, at just 4. Let's say we want the user, right? So then if any of this, then return true, else return false. No. If it's that, yeah. If it's any of this, it's okay. Else return false. And then here you do return true. So in this case, so in this case, uh, in this case, we're saying to the user, we're just going to check. So the right way is to check this, to repeat this until 9. You go value I equal to 5, then equal to 6, then up to 9. That's the correct way if you want to check all the digits. But in this case, I'm just going to say enter a number, enter a number, enter numbers, or enter digits between 0 and 4. including. So, and then I call my function if check number, then I say you enter correctly, right? And then else wrong number, wrong format, and so on. So we compile. We got an error here, so we have to make sure that, okay, you have to do standard string and so on. Uh, there's an error here again. Let's see. Three errors. Let's see. Okay, the line has to have parentheses. This is usually not the case for C++, for C# and Java. So let's run it. Enter a digit between 0 digits. It could be, so let's say I enter 0, you enter correctly, so that's perfect. I run it again. Let's say I enter 1, 2, 3, so you enter correctly. But let's say I enter 5. Let's say I enter 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. It says wrong format. So if you want to check if it's a good number, if you have between just 0 and 4, you can always check. Always check the number, write a function that check. Because to explain quickly, which later on we'll do more, what this does is very simple. So you have int I equal to 0, then I is less than length, I plus plus. So it goes into every single character in the string. So let's say the number is, the string is this. So it goes into every character, into every field. So an array, it will say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So an array will be like this. Character 4 will be in the array index 0. Character 3 will be in array index 1, and so on. So it goes into every character, and then it checks if value at index 0 is either 0, 1, or 2, then it's okay. If it's either of them, then it's false. Then we go on. We go on to the next char. Let's say 1, then the next index 2, the next index 3, next index 4. So to check the values in there. So again, programming takes practice. All of this might not make sense, and it will not make sense. But when you learn to think like the computer, it will make more sense. So that's it for now. Until next time.